Sorry about that, guys. Just had to start the off-season training early after that fucking collapse I just had. I mean, my fucking team prolapsed worse than an Adriana Cheklik video. I mean, guys, all of my hopes and dreams fell in that pit that King Leonidas kicks his enemies into. It's been brutal. It's been brutal, guys. But I got to motivate myself because I have another matchup ahead. You know, uh, four of us now are heading into purgatory, where two of us are going to be allowed into heaven. The other two are going to have to fight out in hell. So let's get the show on the road, right? Guys, week 14, week fucking 14. You know, congratulations to those of you that prevailed. RIP to those of us that failed, i.e. me. Can't even, guys, it's been tough this week. I'm not gonna lie. I've been tested this week. Hasn't been easy. Just thinking about another goddamn failure. It's just annoying, especially this year, 2020, when this year's been so fucking magical for me. Aside from like the real life stuff, this has been a football renaissance for me, specifically in terms of fantasy. I mean, I'm in 5 leagues, and there's a reason why I'm not. I know we hate this extracurricular fantasy football talk, but I'm usually bad in all my leagues. I'm usually do like 2 or 3. I'm usually pretty bad in all of them, and this year I was going crazy in all of them. This was my only week one, and even still, I was still scoring points, and I figured, Mixon's hurt, but as long as I get into playoffs, I'll be all right. He'll come back and it'll work out. So I'm honestly thankful that he's hurt this week, because while it puts me in an even more precarious position, I at least know that even if I would have made it this week, if I would have made it into playoffs, there's no way I would have won. My team is, I mean, it would have been possible. I guess you obviously would rather be in it, but to me, it's more so just saving face. It would have just been me saying, "Oh, I got into the playoffs," which clearly half our league is content with. I guess I'll get into that in a little bit, but I can't even talk shit, because you know what? I would be, if even me just getting the playoffs, I'd be talking mad shit too. That's why this week has been so tough. Like watching you quiet guys all of a sudden wake up, like because you got into playoffs. Now you're all like, oh, all of a sudden got a little more pep in your step. You're feeling good, and I get it. You should do that. You should, because honestly, if I got in, I would unzip my pants and I'd be wiping your tears with my nutsack. I'd pull it out, I'd stretch out the skin, and I'd just wipe it like a little baby. Just wipe out all the dirt. So I get it, guys. Make it hurt. Make it hurt. I deserve this. I need the motivation. But anyway, guys, let's get into this. I mean, I got my first matchup. I'm just gonna get myself out of the way. Got your boy, yours truly, Dak Lives Matter, versus Dick Johnson, the homie, Nate. I feel like all of these matchups are gonna kind of, especially since literally half our league was in danger of not making playoffs this past week. I think the 10-point swing is going to be killer. I really do. I think it's, yeah, sure. There's always upsets, there's always swings, but that 10-point, it scares me, man. Because I mean, luckily I got the homie Jay Herbo going up against Matt Ryan, not only in fantasy but in real life, as Atlanta is facing the Chargers this week. So, obviously I like that matchup for myself. Jay Herbo kind of showed that he was human last week, so I assume he'll bounce back. And Matt Ryan has not scored over 15 points in the last 3 weeks. I mean, I think he had like 13, 12, and 6. So I guess you could argue that he's going to bounce back, which I guess is I would agree with. But obviously, just due to his past history, I don't dislike that matchup at all. What I do dislike is Kareem Hunt in Baltimore, man. Fuck. Dempsey, I love you, but I'm kind of rooting for Nick Chubb to get hurt this weekend, because that would be the only thing that could fucking help me. Because Kareem, I need something out of Kareem. I mean, you got Aaron Jones, who scored 43 points the last time he played Detroit, so that doesn't make me feel good at all. Luckily, Kenny Drake scored against the Giants, who also on their pass rush are looking better with Leonard Fournette there. I mean, well, not Leonard Fournette, Leonard Williams, ex-Jet. The team who has more sacks this year than he had with 3 years with the Jets. My team does not know how to use talent. They're like the Knicks. They're like the Mets. Like every goddamn New York team aside from the Yankees, because that team is fucking made a deal with the devil years ago, and they just buy their way into championships. It's bullshit. Anyway, I don't even want to mention Philip Lindsay's name. It's not completely his fault. I mean, obviously they paid a guy who does everything he does, but is better. The only thing, he has a little speed, but he also gets hurt, so it doesn't really help. But anyway, I'm spending way too much time on this matchup because I don't even deserve it. I need to get onto these better matchups. Tyler, I'm gonna need him to lock it in. You know, he never goes usually more than 3 weeks without blowing up. So I assume he'll bounce back. But also Nate has Claypool, who's been down, so he could bounce his calorie. Honestly, I guess yeah, I got to pick Nate on this one, but obviously I'm praying to death that Key Kude and Brandon Ayuk go off. Ayuk can go off because I need something, guys. I can't fall off like this. I can't end up back in that fucking race. You know, there's no way. There's no way. No way. It's not happening. Spreadsheet versus Parker. I hardly know her. This is one of two games that I think is going to be might have a little swing. I'm surprisingly going to pick. I think I'm going to pick Brendan. Yeah, because I mean, let's look at it. Brendan, I gotta lower this. This is kind of distracting me. Josh, obviously Josh is, well, aside from the obvious that Josh is just blessed by the fantasy, they just favor the guy. He has kind of, I mean, I don't want to say he got lucky and was just given the second place, or for, I don't remember what place he's in. The fantasy bid that he got, he obviously earned it, you know, as every, you know, winner, so to speak, has in this league. But I don't know, he has Clyde, who's like coming off a little tummy ache. He's playing against Miami, who's has a solid. They're all right. They're not bad. Obviously, Russell needs to do something. I mean, he's been kind of in a tailspin the last few weeks. But the thing for me is just Tyreek. Tyreek's going to be facing the hell's his name, Xavier Howard in Miami, who I assume is going to go off after last week after fucking being kicked out of the game. You know, he's going to want to show up this week. So, especially when you have Tyreek, you know, all eyes are on you. So, he's going to have a busy afternoon. The thing with Tyreek, obviously, he just needs one play to fucking get open, and he can go off. So, but because of that, I don't like the rest of his matchups. You know, James Conner playing against Buffalo. Buffalo's been doing pretty good. I mean, they've been doing great. Chris Godwin is the odd man out in Tampa. So, although if AB doesn't play, is AB playing? If AB doesn't play, then that helps him. But I still don't like it. I mean, even before that team it's tough to predict. Yeah, so I don't like it. Sorry, my thing is just clearing up right now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to pick. I like Brendan's team, man. Brendan he scrapped his way. I did not expect him to make playoffs at all after he literally got trade raped by Dempsey. Shout out to Dempsey. You know, he did not look good earlier in the year, but like I said in the first couple predictions, he just finds a way every year. You know, he makes these trades. He claws and scratches. His draft did not go that well, but he made some moves, and even Giovanni Bernard was a decent pick. He hasn't been great, but you know, just the fact that he's had someone that had a starter that he can rely on. Well, not really rely on, but is mine not really tapping out? Oh well, yeah. Internet's okay, guys. The internet's tapping out, so I'm just gonna have to try to remember these. So I'm gonna give it to Brendan, because Brendan, I just like Smash. I don't even remember who's on the team right now. I just know that I thought about it before, and I was like, you know, I kind of like it. His team's it's moving up. So next we have, I think it was Arjun versus, Arjun versus Sean. Yeah, yo, OC, I mean, even though your team is always up and down every week, I think this is one of your high peak. I think this is one of your peak weeks. You know, you're playing against Arjun, who is, I gotta say, to be honest, guys, I feel like I wish I had a sword. I wish I could, you know, I could do this proper, but I am Arjun. I'm letting you know now. I'm rooting for you to win the whole thing, buddy. You know, this whole Southern Charm you've been working in the league, talking about all your whiskey drinking and your Southern nights and all your late night shifts. I'm kind of digging it, buddy. You know, I feel like if anyone's going to give us a good Southern introduction, it would be you. You know, because, you know, John's always going to talk it up, but he's never going to win. So there's no point in even imagining what that would be like, because it's just not real, you know. But you have, listen, NOLA sounds good. Assuming we're past COVID, I would love the opportunity to explore Louisiana, check it out, you know, with the whole crew. I just like the idea of how much trouble we're probably going to get in, but I'm just going to let you know right now that I will ride with you, buddy. I will lend you my horses. I will lend you my sword. Let's make this happen, all right? But the tough part is I actually kind of like Sean's team this week. Sean, you look good. Again, in my internet, I don't know what the hell is happening, but I just remember looking. I thought you had some solid matchups. Wait, do we have life? No. Yeah, no. I like your matchups. I can't remember what they were, but I know I liked them, and again, you were one of the two potential upset games that I predicted. Oh, are we back? We were. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick you, buddy. On to Belby and uh, oh yeah, the homie Sean. Listen, the COVID baby versus the guy who's fucking terrified of COVID. Rightfully so, you know, it's scary, it is, but I don't even know why I say that. I just sound like such a bad guy. I actually do believe it. I think I just enjoy saying that I don't believe in it because just watching like just imagining you guys shake your head, just it gets me off. It really, really does. But yeah, Belvy's. I mean, you know, he's playing that game right now where like he's not starting Kyler, and you know he's gonna do that forever. He's a fucking child, and only reason I'm being mean like that is because he doesn't fucking participate in our league predictions. He doesn't help the team out. You know, it's all about him. You know, he just wants to drink beers, throw cans on the ground, and have us pick it up. I've definitely said that before in this group chat, but I'm saying it again because it's true. Guy doesn't pay rent, but clearly he's been banging bitches all year, so we're kind of excited to hear his stories, and it's kind of buying him days to live in this house without actually paying because he's just living off of us. But whatever, man. Socialists deserve a place in this world too. But onto the matchup, yeah. Honestly, Dempsey, he has a chance. You know, it looks. I'll say this: it looks better than what I assumed it would look like. Because I was obviously just gonna pick Ryan because his team's been going crazy every week. But especially like the last 3 weeks, he's just been going up and up and up. Well, actually, last week he fell off a little bit. I don't think he even scored 100, but he's But Dempsey has aged. The one thing, there was one player, I'm trying to remember. There was a player that I feel bad about. Oh, Thomas. Yeah, damn. As fun as the Taysom Hill ride has been, it's just tough right now, man, because you got Michael Thomas, was my pick this year to be the best receiver in the league. But without Breeze, he's just another Mike. You know, he's just not special. And because of that, I just don't see Dempsey having much boom this week, or at least boom potential. You know, AJ is AJ. He's a legitimate NFL wide receiver, but aside from that, I just don't see him having. Chubb is very good, but he's playing Baltimore. So, sorry, I'm dripping, guys. Is this the COVID drip? Yeah, right. It's impossible. I'll never get COVID ever. So yeah, I got to give it to Belby. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm rooting for him to lose, but it's not looking good. Next matchup, I believe we got John Wilson versus the homie Patrick. Guys, no point in even wasting time on this matchup. You know what time. It's that time of the year where, you know, John gets a little cocky, starts talking shit, but we know, you know, because after just kind of squeaking by all year, congratulations to him. He did better than me. Sir, statistically speaking, you are better than me at fantasy football. You are better than me. You're better than me. I'll give you that. But unfortunately for you, this is that time of year where you start to pack your bags. You know, you get all of your stuff. You put your little foundation in the bag. You get your laptop. You get your nice clothing, and you put it in a bag. And you're now just waiting for the Uber to pick you up, take you to the airport. And lucky for you, Patrick is here to drive you to that airport. I mean, guys, Patrick has just been going off all year. He fucking put me to bed last week, and it was painful. I mean, it hurt, dude. I remember you had Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's been cooking everybody, cooked me. His team is he has a very good team. John has like Travis Kelce and Tom. That's it. Patrick is just, I mean, your team is loaded, guy. I don't have to even go on and on about it. I mean, your assessment of my team and your predictions today hurt, but they were accurate. So I got to give it to Patrick, and good luck. I mean, this guy has a legitimate chance to win the league. It's obviously, you know, not surprising to say that it's either him or Belby, but there's obviously a bunch of other guys out. Those are to me, and I assume actually no, in Arjun. Those are the big three. Yeah, that's the three-headed monster. So I don't want to say pick your poison because I actually wouldn't mind Patrick winning, but I just don't want Belby to win. That's all. All right, and the final matchup, I believe. How many was that? Was that 5? I assume so. Are Keith, Mr. Keefington, and Brett. Guys, again, this is one of those 10-point swings where I think it's going to be killer. Keith, unless McCaffrey can go off, I just don't see it happening. I wanted to be the one to beat Brett, but I guess I probably got lucky because I wouldn't want to play Brett's team this week without Mixon. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a close one. I think it'll be a boring matchup just like mine and Nate's. But I assume that the homie Brett will pull it off and just barely miss out on this Bumble and the eventual race. That would have been hilarious, assuming they showed up, and because we all know that last year's draft, a couple people missed out, and how convenient would it be this year if they would just if the losers say, oh, I can't go, guys, COVID, I can't go, can't go away for a weekend with my boys, so I'm never gonna let that down. I'm sorry. So yeah, guys, this is a prediction for this week. Good luck to you, those of you that are alive, and fuck you, Belby, and fuck you, COVID, and fuck you, Mixon. Au revoir.